What is up, people? This is the Oracle and we are back on MTGO for a new Eldritch Moon draft. The pack is looking quite solid, a bunch of good uncommon. Lupine Prototype is also playable, but you have to have a pretty low curve, and it's kind of a build around. I don't think it's better than things like the Stag or the Werewolf. I think the pick is between Werewolf and Stag, not exactly sure which one is better. Other good cards include Greetings, Prey Upon, and I guess some decent creatures. Overall, that pack is quite great. There's nothing that's not playable, actually, which is quite rare. I mean, Brute is not great, Outburst is not great, but they are playable. Druid is good in the right deck, so pretty solid pack. So I could pick the Stag, but I'm passing a Prey Upon. I could pick the Werewolf, but I'm passing a Greetings. So I don't think it would matter a lot. I think it's just knowing which card is better. I think I like the Werewolf better, but I might be wrong. Both cards are pretty good, honestly. I'm gonna go with Werewolf, but it might be wrong. Maybe, I don't have that much experience with the set. Probably something like 5 or 6 draft. It could end up that Stag is just a better card. But I've been really happy and pleased with the Werewolf so far. Okay, well, I think Greeting is a better card than Patrol, so I'm pretty happy I took the red card over the green card. And that's what I'm gonna pick. Again, a pretty decent pack. Haunter is quite good if you're aggressive. Crop Sigil not great. Dusk Feaster is good in the right deck. Don't really like the Gorgers too much, but Patrol I think is pretty decent. Layer, well, this is weaker than the last pack, but still there are some playables. Okay, no more red, I guess, is the plan here, because Prophetic Ravings is, even though I have a Manas card, is pretty bad. Best card here, I'm pretty sure, is the Guardian Priest. Graphrat is pretty mediocre unless you have the Scavenger, obviously. Survivalist is a card I do like, but I don't think it's better than Priest. And Liliana's Elite is, I don't know, it's probably quite good, but probably not better than Priest. So I think it's pretty clear-cut Priest. And we'll see if white is open or not. That pack has not much that I like. Well, actually, no, it's wrong. Captive is good, Survivalists are good. Again, green could be open. But I've passed quite a bunch of good green cards, so I don't expect match green pack 3. Wretched Griff is a card I do like quite a lot. I think it's gonna be Thermo Alchemist for me. I'm pretty sure that I'm red, and it's just a good card in any red deck, so feel safe and rather free. And maybe I'll end up playing red-white beatdown, but I could also end up playing red-blue spells. I mean non-creature spells if this is open. I guess we'll see. Okay, that pack doesn't have match that I'm happy about. I guess Steadfast Cathar is a decent 2-drop in the white-red beatdown deck. I don't really see any reason to go into blue or green for those mediocre cards. Gavony Unallowed is pretty good, but just worse than the Priest, so no reason to switch in black. Yeah, I think it's just the Cathar. Not extremely exciting, but fine. Okay, Borrowed Grace is not the worst. Not huge fan though. Dragondor is very sweet in blue-red spell deck. Certain Death is probably the best card here, but black-red, not my favorite archetype. I think I'm gonna pick Dragondor and see if blue-red is open. That's really an archetype I've been wanting to play, and I'm not a huge fan of Borrowed Grace or Innkeeper. And I do like Dragondor a lot. Okay, best card here is the Patrol. Nothing else seems as good as that. I'm gonna pick that. I don't think I will get a lot of green pack 2, but maybe pack 3 I'll get some green. And again, Borrowed Grace, I've played that card quite a lot because I've been playing a lot of white aggressive deck, but each time it was a bit disappointing. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's that good though. kind of going in various directions here. The only thing I'm sure about is that I'm red, but I assume that at some point we'll you know, find an archetype or something to do that's gonna be clearer. Best card I think in this pack is the Maniac, and I think I'm gonna go in blue for that. Slayer is fine, but I just like Maniac quite a lot. Obviously much better if you have some emerge creatures, but we'll see. We'll see. The thing is, White Red Beatdown is a fine archetype, but it's an archetype I've been playing quite a lot. I think it's the archetype I've been playing the most so far, and I kind of want to be doing something else. Ooh, Chilling Grasp is pretty good in the blue-red spell deck, I would assume. The Prototype Wield. Brute is probably fine in this deck too. And Foul Bloods are decent, but I'm not really black. So it's gonna be probably a blue-red madness, you know, non-creature spell deck. Ooh, the other Patrol Wield. I'm gonna take Inventory though. I guess if I enough madness, Ravings are playable. I just don't like that card enough though. I'm gonna pick the Elite, get rid of that. Don't think I care about match here. I'm gonna pick the Plan for Signaling Purpose. And I have 2 madness cards, I think. A few decent creature, a bit of removal. Yeah, we'll try that out. 7 playables is not a lot, but you know, it's enough. I just need to get 8 in the next 2 pack, and I'll have 23 playables. Also, if I'm slightly, you know, I only picked 7 cards here because I was not sure what color I would end up in, but now I have a better idea, so it's likely that I will get more picks from the next boosters. Okay, quite a lot of good options there. Quite a lot of good options. The Geists might be willing if I'm the only blue-red player, and I think it's good, but I don't think it's the peak. I think Spreading Flames is quite great. Thermo Alchemist is pretty good too. The Scab could be good. I think those are the three best cards for me, and I think I'm gonna go with Flames, and hopefully I can win either Geist, Scab, or Alchemist. But if I were to will take Inventory or Fogwalker, that would also be playable. The Mao is pretty great, I think, but I'm not really black. Okay. Yeah, Spreading Flames looking pretty good right here. Ooh, Savage Alliance is sick, right? Yeah, I like that card a lot. Like, just paying 4 to deal 3 to one creature and 1 to each other creature is just great. Wharf Infiltrator is great too. Dragonder would be a nice card to wheel. I'm pretty sure that Savage Alliance is better than the Infiltrator though. But I do have a few Madness cards, and that thing is pretty good. I don't know, it's close. Alliance is just sick though. I really like that card a lot. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Alliance. Not sure if it's right, but it seems like a better card to me. Here it's clearly the Conduit of Storm, I think, is just better than anything else. Mutation is, I think, pretty decent in the blue-green Emerge Stole deck. In blue-red you have some other removal that are better, and you don't really want to play Enchantment too much because you have things like Thermo Alchemist that makes you rather have instant or sorcery. So it's a fine card, but I don't think it is at its best in this deck. And you know, the Werewolf is just pretty good. Okay, Dragonder is a fine addition, I think. Yep. Wolf is also better if you have some bounce spell or some removal, because you can it's easier for you to attack through stuff. Okay, if I were to wield the Thermo Alchemist or get another one, that'd be great, because that card is gonna shine in my deck. It's just gonna be amazing. So I have 4 more packs to try to get a Thermo Alchemist, and then I might be willing a 1. Blood Mist is good in beatdown deck. It's not really good in this kind of deck though. Unsubstantiate, Dragonder, or Maniac. I might just go with Maniac, which is pretty solid. I think I'm pretty good regarding bounce spell. I would say that Dragonder, even if you have 2 other, is still better than Unsubstantiate most of the time. But yeah, that's a decent card. I think I like the Maniac more though. Tattered Hunter. It's probably fine. I mean, I will need some ways to kill my opponent. Like I can't rely on just a Thermo Alchemist and some burn spell. This place is kind of decent with the Maniacs and the Werewolf, but it's not great otherwise. Yeah, it's pretty much the Hunter here. So 2 more packs and then maybe I'm willing a Thermo Alchemist, which would be awesome. That card is just looking like gas in my deck. And you know, the flavor text is quite insane, to say the least. Okay. Pretty late Eat of the Horrid Swarm. I've been pretty happy with that card so far. Cultist, Dragonder. I think given that I have 2 Dragonder, the Cultist is going to be a slightly better option. Sure, I'm trying to cast non-creature spells, but I will still need some creatures to kill my opponents. Angler is a better card than Cultist most of the time, but look at what I have. I have no other colorless creature, and I might never get another one. I think the Cultist is just going to be better in that deck. And now I need to find some things, you know, some non-3-drop creature, basically. I mean, non-3-drop cards, basically. I just have too many 3-drops. And let's see if we are willing the Alchemist. That'd be great. Mercurial Gas be a nice one too, but slightly less. No, I guess it's about the same thing. I think I like the Alchemist more though, but I think it's less likely to wheel. Either way, we are most likely winning something. No, nothing wheeled. Take Inventory is looking fine, especially since I have another one, but yeah, I thought we would be willing something at least. So there is another blue-red player in the draft, or something has cut the Geist. I don't know. It's brutal. I thought I was willing something. I guess this is a sideboard option. Pretty an exciting one, but a sideboard option nevertheless. Okay, do have 16 playables, which is decent. A bit of removal, decent curve, some nice card advantage cards. Chilling Grasp is not looking great because I'm not super aggressive. It's a good card, but unless you have a bunch of Madness Outlet or you are really aggressive, it's not that great, I think. I don't think I will play this place, even though it could be kind of decent here with the Maniac. Yeah, this doesn't. It's not if it leaves the battlefield. Otherwise, this place would be pretty good here, if this was worded as when it leaves the battlefield. Then I have 4 good targets, but here it's not looking very good. And the Spider is kind of decent at blocking my 2/2 and 3/2 creatures and my Hunter and some other potential flying creatures. Outburst is playable. It's not great, but it's playable. That card is not bad, by the way. You need to be black-red Madness Vampire, but if you are in that archetype, you know, losing life is probably more of a problem for your opponent than for you, and it's a discard outlet, and the body is not bad. Pour over the pages, I think is going to be my choice here. It's pretty good with the Greetings. It's a decent card in general. It kind of fits the theme of the deck. I'm not a huge fan of the Arsonist. Best card in the pack is probably Mysteries. But yeah, I think for me it's going to be Pour over the pages. If I were to wheel Nagging Thought, that'd be fine. But it's not necessary. So I have a bit of card advantage, some removal. Could use some more removal. I think I do have a fair amount of creatures, so it's not like I'm light on threat, but like not super light. Because sometimes an issue with this kind of blue-red spell deck is that you have a bunch of removal, a bunch of card advantage, but you end up not being able to kill the opponent, and that can be problematic. But here I don't think it's the case. Scholar or just the Wind? Looking at my curve, I like just the Wind slightly more, but I guess Scholar is just much better. So it's gonna be that. Sanguinary Mage looking pretty good in this deck. A bit similar to the Alchemist, I guess, to some extent. Though slightly worse, most likely. I have few madness outlets, so Blood Mad Vampire is probably a decentish card to pick. It's not so exciting, but I think it's better than any other option. Hopefully I get some non-3 drop at some point. I could see myself cutting Shielding Grasp. Again, not a huge fan of this kind of card in a deck where I have a bunch of removal and I don't have a very aggressive curve or anything like that. It's a good card though, but I don't think it's gonna shine in this deck at all. For now, I'll leave that in the side, but it could easily come back into the main if I don't have enough playballs, or if, you know, depending on the matchup, obviously. Alright. Highland Lake is fixing. I think I'll just go with Gone Missing, which I think is a card that was pretty bad in Eldritch. I mean, in Shadows over Innistrad, because the set was rather fast. Now I think I think that things have slowed down quite a bit, which makes the card better, because it's just straight up card advantage. Yeah, I think it's gonna be better than the Lake. And I could use it as a 5-drop. Ooh, Droneyard Explorers are looking fine in my deck. I think it's just strictly better than Press for Answer, Whisper, or Neonate. Okay. Well, curve is getting slightly better. We have 12 creatures, so we should not have too many issues killing the opponent. We have quite a bunch of card advantage. Could use some more removal, but I guess I have 3 burn spell, really. Then 2 ways to put card on the top of the library, or to bounce them. It's not looking amazing, but it's not looking bad. I don't care about anything here. I'm just gonna pick Droneyard Temple for, you know, because I can sell that for maybe 1 ticket. No, probably not. It's probably like 0.2 ticket, but I did not really care about anything else. Snapper could be decent in my deck, I think, actually. Yeah, not a huge fan of the card, but actually in this deck it's looking completely fine. It is often gonna be able to attack, and it's pretty big. Nagging Thought is a nice one, especially since I got the Scholar in the meantime. And I think, unless I get some other good card, this will be my main deck. Here, don't think I will try to splash for white, though I do have a decent white card in Priest. I'm just gonna cut the Watcher. Okay. Distortion is playable. I guess Deny Existence is more likely to make the main deck. Not a huge fan of the landscape when I'm not splashing for third color. Can I play Piece of the Puzzle? I have enough playballs, and this is probably not great, so probably not. I could cut the Take Inventory. I think that Nagging Thought and Press for Answer are both better. Yeah. And I could add Deny Existence, which is decent. It's also slightly better when you have some bounce spells, even though those are not instant speed bounce spell. 2 Take Inventory just doesn't seem very good at all to me. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the main deck. Seems decent to me. Could use a bit more removal, but at least I have some ways to kill the opponent. I'm gonna add 1 mountain because I have this double red here. Still want a decent amount of blue because I have more blue and I have power over the pages, but yeah. Again, unlike what happened sometime with blue-red deck, here I don't feel like I will, you know, not be able to kill my opponent. I feel like I have good card advantage. I feel like I might be missing a bit of removal, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with the deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. If you did, feel free to drop a like. You can also leave a comment, obviously. Subscribe to the channel or share that video. That's really appreciated. And hopefully you stay tuned for round 1.